Now, the main talks at the NATO summit in The Hague are underway, with the US president appearing to be front and centre. Donald Trump has been showered with praise by NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, who's been working hard to get member nations to meet US demands on defence spending. Well, Europe correspondent Elias Clure joins us now from The Hague. Elias, Mr Rutte has been flattering Donald Trump left, right and centre, and it seems a lot of the event has been designed to accommodate the US president. What can you tell us?
Good evening. Well, there is some important context to this. Donald Trump has long been a critic of the NATO alliance. As we know, he's on multiple occasions threatened to withdraw the United States' membership from the alliance, and so Mark Rutte seems to be acutely aware of this, and he's catered the event to the American president. Firstly, the fact that Mr Trump only has to be in town for about 12 hours rather than the standard 2 days is significant, because as we've seen at the G7, where Mr Trump famously left early, he likes these events to go nice and short. Now, perhaps more importantly is the fact that this whole event revolves around a spending increase. Now, the modest investment on defence by European countries has long been a bugbear of Mr Trump, and one of the reasons he's threatened to pull out of the alliance. Now, this particular summit focuses almost wholly on the fact that almost all of the NATO member nations will lift their spending up to 5% of GDP, which Donald Trump will see as a big win, but also as perhaps quite flattering, given it's been something he's been advocating for quite some time.
And Elias, what opposition has there been among members to this increase in defence spending?
Well, so far there's only been one holdout within the NATO alliance itself, and that's Spain, who've said they will not be increasing their defence spend up to 5% of GDP. The other significant critic in all of this is Ukraine. Now, it's important to note that this 5% is not immediate. Countries have up to 10 years to get it all in place. Now, Ukraine has said that that timeline is too long and have warned that Russia could make an attack on a NATO nation within 5 years. So they're urging NATO members to try and speed up that investment. Now, it's, I guess, significant that this 5% isn't exactly all a narrow funding pipeline for defence itself. There's almost a nebulous, quite vague 1.5% in there, which can go to things like cybersecurity and things revolving around defence. Now, I've spoken to some analysts here at the summit who say that some countries will, I guess, purposely interpret that as being, hey, we can build a new highway that goes through a defence base, and that counts as part of that 1.5%. So it'll be interesting to see how other countries approach this.
And Elias, will there be more discussions on the war in Ukraine, which was supposed to be a feature of the NATO summit as well?
It certainly was, and Volodymyr Zelensky said on the first day of the summit that the situation in the Middle East was diverting attention away from Ukraine. The fact that this event is quite a lot shorter than it otherwise would be means that the Ukraine committee within NATO can't sit or doesn't have time to sit is of concern to the Ukrainian delegation that is here. But Mr Zelensky will meet with Donald Trump today. He was given centre stage yesterday local time at a defence industry forum, where he again pled for more help and, I guess, outlined the scale of the challenge facing Ukraine. But back on today, at Wednesday local time, he'll meet with Donald Trump. Now, his last meeting was at the Vatican. It was quite a spectacular display of diplomacy. The one before that was at the Oval Office, and we all know what happened there. So all eyes will be on that big bilateral, which will occur on the sidelines of this NATO summit today.
Elias Clure, thank you for updating us.